Now, on Friday, the Supreme Court ruled against judge shopping. What is this? So when Donald Trump got into office, and this is the message of the day on BillO'Reilly.com, which is different from the column, okay? Donald Trump got into office. He wrote a bunch of executive orders trying to overturn the Biden executive orders of 4 years ago. When Biden opened the border and did all that, Republicans did not challenge a lot of that in federal court. They groused about it and complained about it, but they didn't go around and try to undermine executive orders en masse. That's not what they did. Democrats did. So the Democrats would go to Washington State or Massachusetts or California, or one of those, find a judge they knew would rule in a liberal way against Trump. And then they slap on a national injunction. So some pinhead judge in Sacramento could stop an entire executive order for the entire country. Now, I knew this was insane, and so did you. I'm sure you did. Here's what I said on June 4th. Go. So the founding fathers said, we're going to give the president the power to issue executive orders to protect the people and the people's treasury, not to abuse the people. That's what executive orders are supposed to be. Now, they are subject to review from the judiciary, but now that's being abused to the highest level in our history. And the Supreme Court has to rule on it, and I assume they will this month, because after the end of June, they take 3 months off. So I assume that they're going to rule and knock this crazy stuff out to some extent. Hello, Nostradamus, that's me, but it wasn't a hard prediction. Okay, but everything I said came true on Friday, 6-3 ruling. Okay, the justices had limited the use of nationwide injunctions. Okay, they said that if you're a judge and somebody comes and files a petition, you can hear that case, the single case, if the person's in your jurisdiction, but you can't issue a national pause or anything else. So the left went crazy, and the 3 liberal judges, and look, I'm not going to disparage the liberal judges because there are conservative judges, and they vote ideology sometimes too, but the liberal judges had no constitutional basis. So here's what Amy Coney Barrett, Supreme Court justice who ruled the majority opinion, wrote the majority opinion, I should say. Here's what she said. Quote, we will not dwell on Justice Jackson's argument, which is at odds with more than 2 centuries worth of precedent, not to mention the Constitution itself. We observe only this. Justice Jackson decries an imperial executive while embracing an imperial judiciary. All right. So Ketanji Brown Jackson, appointed by Biden, is probably more liberal than Sotomayor, definitely more than Kagan. And she would, okay, you can't stop this and all that. And the 6 other judges said, this is crazy. That's not what the founders had in mind. And certainly it isn't. All right, but Judge Jackson doesn't care because she views her job as advancing a cause, a liberal cause. But again, some conservatives feel that way too, in my opinion, my humble opinion. All right, so this is an ongoing battle over the Constitution being used for political purposes, but there's no doubt it was in this case. Now, on cable TV, which is sunk into the morass, I don't think it'll ever come out of it, it was predictable. Go.
I was trying to sort out my feelings on this matter, and I came up with a quote from a very smart lawyer, and I just want to quote it because I think she was right when she said it. It just can't be right that one district judge can stop a nationwide policy in its tracks. Justice Elena Kagan in 2022 said that, of course, when we had a Democratic president. Now, she voted against the decision on Friday. Just goes to show you that some of these folks really are hacks.
What the Supreme Court is done, and again, stacked largely by these Trump appointees, is ceding their power under the Constitution, in fact, their responsibility as a judicial branch, they're ceding that to Donald Trump, who is a lawless president.
No, what a bunch of bull that is. Now, the original executive order that sparked all this was President Trump's intention to say no more birthright. Okay, so if you are born here, you are not automatically a citizen. That's what President Trump wanted to do. Now, the Supreme Court did not rule on that. And I don't think they're going to rule in Trump's favor. Okay, it's clear in the Constitution that those words are there. If a person is born in the United States, that person is a citizen. Doesn't matter how they got here. There's no footnotes. So Senator Van Hollen, who's, about as far left as you get, he's going to be proved wrong. Because I don't think the Supreme Court's going to knock that out of the Constitution. It may be possible they might attach a few things for review of it. But anyway, that has been paused for 30 days. And since the court doesn't come back till late September, I think the pause will be extended. And that's the memo. Thank you for watching. Make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel and follow me on X. Look for @Bill O'Reilly.